All right, sports fans, sorry about that. We are back. Looks like we should be good to go. The internet just had a blip, so we'll wait for people to get on over here. Goodness gracious. Apologize, of course. You all know sometimes YouTube and the internet just don't really cooperate, but we are live. We are actually here, and apologize for all the issues that y'all experience with live stream sometimes. Just the way that it goes. I've been working in live radio forever, and this is the way that it goes. I've been dealing with a lot of technical snafus for a long time, so apologize, y'all. There we go. Carolina Ripper says, hey, people making it on over. Apologize for the issues, y'all. Looks like we are here. Internet just went dead. Y'all know how that works. Super frustrating. All right, people making it over. Good stuff. All right, so we are in the hot zone. Let's continue. Let's continue our conversation about sports and the hobby. Our values of cards dropping. We can talk about that too. It does seem that some singles are in a total free fall value. Some sets are in a free fall value. Breaking Dan says, morning. What's going on, Breaking Dan? Good to see y'all. All right, so I think everybody should be making their way over. Apologize. Man, we just had internet go out. Bye-bye. Bye, internet. It's kind of like trying to find sports cards. The internet just wasn't there on retail shelves. There just weren't any sports cards there, but we are here now. We're good to go. So hopefully people figure that out. But we got a lot to talk about in the hot zone. Looking at the ceaseless Discord monitors and the target tracker. Have not seen anything on the monitors as of yet. Drew Shoeman, what's going on, brother? Hey, Drew, and I wanted to let you know, your cards are on the way. I tried to, while you're here, I was going to send you an email, but I'll just tell you while you're here, brother. Your cards are on the way. I want you to, when you get your cards, your sexy hit, your Justin Fields numbered, and whoever got the Kyler Murray as well from that break, the Pandora, I want them to also put a normal size card over both those cards. I tried to put them in a one-touch. They would not fit because they are mistrimmed. Both big hits from my last break, other than the Cade Cunningham. Fuck. Oh my God. Every single great. All right, we should be good to go. I think we're right back. Frozen again, but we should be good to go. That was quick. Hopefully easy. There we go. Did Schulte just have a stroke? No, Schulte did not just have a stroke. No, we were frozen. I saw we were frozen for a second. I'm like, what the F, man? What the F? Schulte, upgrade from dial-up. I got over a gig. I got like a gig point 3. And it's just a mess this morning. So funny. Batman says, what Murray was it? It was a Kyler Murray Pandora at a 2021 Optic football. So it was not a rookie. It was from this year's Optic 2021. But look, Drew, you got to check out the hit that I send you, brother. The Justin Fields number to 199. It was absolutely insane that it did not fit in a one-touch. Roll Star says, pay your bill. The bill's paid, baby. The bill's paid. We should be good to go. We should be smooth sailing. I don't know what the hell's going on here. Maybe got to pay. I don't know. Get the pay the bill or get the hamster on the wheel to run a little bit faster to keep the internet going this morning. Is that what it is? All right, so lots to talk about in the world of sports. We've got, of course, a possible restock that we are looking for from Target.com today. So if you want some sports cards and you're looking to rip some basketball, at least already in stock, you got some Illusions. 2021-22 blaster boxes. Retail for Illusions is a little rough. I would say if you're going to buy Illusions, I would invest in Hobby. I'm most likely going to do a retail v Hobby version battle of Illusions basketball here for a video just to kind of show you all exactly what's in both. But just right now, before I do that and before I put the content out there, I would recommend that y'all get Illusions Hobby instead of Illusions basketball blasters for sure. Matt Weiss is sending into PSA today. Nice hit, Matt, indeed. Topps Firebox from Target. Spencer Strider rookie card number 1 to 10. Boom. Heck yeah, buddy. You from Newcastle says, I am, Brad. There we go. We got people connecting in the chat. I absolutely love it. Doc Torres says, Schulte, what's your favorite NFL SKU so far for Select? I would have to say hanger boxes. Excited to rip both the Target hangers and the Target blasters. Rip the blasters. The hangers have not shown up yet, so hopefully we get our hands on those Target hanger boxes probably in the next week or so, depending on when the hell Target gets them out of there. Ripped a ton of football blasters and hangers from Walmart. And I would have to say that my favorite SKU specific by store would be the Walmart hangers, because the black and gold Prizms are awesome. But yeah, hangers overall for Select, and still don't know if we're going to see some mega boxes. Still not sure if we're going to see any mega boxes. I'm hoping so. Those rumors that have been out there about Panini like pausing or being told by Fanatics to like pause the printing presses are not true. I have it on a very good source that is not true. So I don't think that that's going to be happening going forward. Drew Schumann says, Schultzy, we planning on coming to the Burbank Card Show. It's going to be in Ontario, California. When is that, Drew? I wasn't planning on it. I was going to still try to make my way out to Vegas later on, either this week or next week if I can. But if not, and if like the Mariners aren't hosting the playoffs and I still can't make it to Vegas, then I don't know. I might end up trying to hit like the Burbank Card Show. But yeah, got some other plans on the horizon. Hopefully going to be going to Seattle for a possible playoff game, that kind of stuff. February 3rd. Okay, so it's a few months away. Well, I'll mark it on my calendar. Brother. And I will let you know. Buy a beer if I come down there, man. Hell yeah. Drew Schumann says February 3rd. Wizard says February 9th through 12th, the Burbank Card Show. So it's around the beginning of February. I gotcha. D West says, has Panini said anything on why no megas? Iceman, what's up? Says Schulte. Let's get some cards, baby. Good to see Iceman. D West, I haven't heard anything from Panini, but we don't hear anything from Panini very often, directives-wise, on what's coming, you know, for specific retail SKUs and why something is or isn't coming our way and why something isn't coming when. So there's just really not much direction from Panini on that entire topic, unfortunately. So as we sit here today, we haven't seen any evidence of Select Megas. I have heard a lot of rumors that Select Megas for 2021 football do not exist. But, you know, people were saying that about Prizm basketball Megas just because they hadn't come out for so long. But those are actually just sitting in a warehouse. And we're finally actually, after the wait, seeing Prizm basketball Cello starting to appear on eBay.com. So we're starting to get there. However, just lots of delays. I don't know if this is still left over from the pandemic or we are just still kind of dealing with Panini and Topps kind of hanging their hat and saying, hey, we want to increase the print runs. We want to try to get some more cash. We want to increase some color parallels, increase some insert action here. Maybe add another one-of-one chase to these sets. Oh, goodness gracious. Hits and pulls this morning. Schulte, did you see Select Blasters show add to cart, but won't actually let you add? Let's check that out. Wow. So weird one on Target.com this morning. I mean, be ready for anything. This is why we're here. So somebody's saying Select Blasters are showing add to cart. They are not showing add to cart for me, unfortunately. So that was maybe a quick glitch. Target trying to work on the system, remove a couple of things off the scrubber. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. But nothing like that showing up on my end, unfortunately. I would let you know if I do see anything. And at this point, I have not. So, still waiting, looking on these ceaseless Discord monitors for some Target.com action, as well as the Target tracker. Not seeing anything this morning as of yet. I did rip, do have, if you're, I don't know, it seems like my videos did horrible last week. Not sure why, but everything I released, including the day after it came out, Chronicles Basketball 2022 Hobby Box, which I love. It's one of my favorite sets. It was in between the day of Tri-City and RGL releasing theirs, and literally nobody watched mine. It was like 10% of the audience that watched RGL and Tri-City went and watched my video, and I was like, what the hell? So I don't know what's going on there, but if y'all are interested in rips, not sure that we are, but we got some Donruss Elite 2022 that just dropped on the channel, and like I said, tons of Select football coming our way. And we do have some breaks coming up on SchultzY'sCardPulls.com tomorrow. Filling in for RGL. He's going to be in Vegas, so he handled Sunday. I'm going to be handling Wednesday. And JML Experience going to be handling some Saturday night breaks. Excited to check that out. Go check him out. Probably going to buy into one myself, honestly. It's going to be fun. Iceman says, smash that like button. Appreciate you. Game to game says, Schultz, see what's going on. Not much games. Just here waiting for a restock from Target.com. We are about 15 minutes into the hot zone, 45 minutes left of a chance that we see sports cards dropping on Target.com. A lot going on in the world of the hobby and the world of sports. Of course, the Trevor Lawrence and Mac Jones essentially swapping places as chase cards in 2021 sets. Mac Jones looking like a bee, spraining his ankle this weekend. T-Law looking like a boss for the second week in a row through 3 touchdowns, leading the Jaguars to a win over the Chargers 38-10. I did not see that coming. I don't know if a lot of people saw that coming, especially if you're talking like sports betting wise, so we can get into that. Also, the Ime Udoka scandal. Celtics coach suspended for a year with the Celtics for the consensual affair that he had with a staffer. Dude is engaged, and apparently the news coming out about that, about his fiance Nia Long, literally a month or less ago, being in Boston looking for houses. I mean, if that is true, because the way that this story is painting that, it is just absolutely devastating for that family. If that is true, you kind of understand where the Celtics were coming from, and you wonder why the dude just didn't get fired. So very weird, very crappy thing that he did, and we can get into that. And I mean, I'm not trying to say that like we all have crap that we've done. We all have S in our own houses, and you know I shouldn't throw stones from a glass house here because I've got stuff that I've done in the past as well. However, it sounds like the affair moved into potential workplace HR issues with like some bullying or harassing comments that he made to the person that he was sleeping with, and reading that the person that he was having the affair with was the one booking the travel for his wife and kid, or his fiance and kid throughout the season. That is just yikes. You understand. So there's that going on. The Seattle Mariners, are they going to blow it? 3.5 games left in the or a 3.5 game lead in the wild card, 10 games left in the regular season. Baltimore Orioles trying to get up there. Like I say, 3.5 games behind the Mariners. Will they move up the standings over Seattle? The chances are there, but I would say that they're slim. The Mariners actually hold the tiebreaker over the Baltimore Orioles, so the Orioles have to be a game above the Mariners. Record-wise, there are going to be no tiebreakers in the regular season this year. It's just going to be a system of tiebreakers, no tie-breaking games like so what I'm trying to say, like in the past where you've played like a game 163. The Mariners actually playing a game 163 very famously back in 1995. Bob Wolcott winning that for them in basically his cup of coffee with the majors. So what a game then, but unfortunately no more games like that. The Mariners do still have a chance to blow it. They have a chance to pull a Seattle and blow that wild card lead. Will it happen? I don't think so. Statistically, we've had, I think for like the last month and a half, we've had a lot of different prognosticating, like 538 and some other stat news organizations out there that have said the Mariners' chances of making the playoffs are like over 90%. And I think one said like 99%. The collapse would be unbelievable, historic, and epic, but they just gave up 11 runs to the Kansas City Royals this last weekend, so anything's possible for them, I guess. So the Mariners, a story, going to hopefully make the playoffs for the first time in 20 years and end that longest streak in North American sports of a playoff drought. Hopefully they don't collapse and let the Orioles into the wild card in baseball. And then the final story that I saw that I figured was worth mentioning, the Pro Bowl going to be replaced with a skills competition and flag football game. What y'all think of that? Speaking of Slim Zion, baby. Mariners need to make it because I want to see J-Rod against this Chris C. Oh, yeah, J-Rod's been injured, and that's just... nobody should be worried about Julio Rodriguez. J-Rod being injured. This is his first season in the majors. It's his longest season that he's ever played. Just having some back spasms, back issues, back tightness. There's part of maturing is becoming a Major League Baseball player, learning how to play a full season after only playing 100 games, 120 games in the minors for your entire career. So unfortunately, Julio Rodriguez is going through some career growing pains there, but I think that he will be fine going forward. And what I'm kind of mad about is this is really taking away a chance for him to hit 30 home runs. I know it's just a nice round number, and that necessarily doesn't matter. Stats are for dorks. They are. You're not wrong. Stats are for losers, according to Bill Belichick, and he's not wrong. However, it would be so cool to see Julio Rodriguez and the eventual AL Rookie of the Year winner to hit 30 home runs in his rookie season. That would be insane. Looking at the ceaseless Discord monitors, not seeing anything new on the target tracker or ceaseless yet. J-Max says, Indians postseason. Yes, it looks like if the Mariners are in that third wild card spot, they will be playing the Cleveland Guardians. So, yeah, the Guardians and Yankees and Astros going to be going in from the AL, as well as the Mariners, Blue Jays, and Rays if the playoffs started today, with the Yankees and Astros getting a first-round bye. Super weird, but that first-round bye now a thing in baseball as well. Miami Dolphins, I love it with the Dolphins emojis. And y'all, please smash that like button. It does help me feed a couple of kitties named Pikachu and Eevee. Apologize that we had a technical snafu, or two, really, with the signal on the internet. But we're good. We're smooth sailing. We are here in the hot zone on Schultzzy's card pulls, waiting and hoping and praying for some sports cards from Target.com. Have not seen anything popping up on the Discord monitors as of yet, but I'll let y'all know as soon as that changes. Aaron CT says, morning, bro. Love the Pro Bowl replacement. How about the Lions collapse this weekend? Oh, my goodness. The Lions looked like they had it in the bag, man. Had it in the damn bag. And the Vikings end up coming back to win in the final seconds. Unfreaking believable. What's up, Epiphany Card Collector? Member message is a little behind, but 13-month member. Congrats, my guy, for your success and staying down to earth and helping others get product before looking out for yourself. God bless and stay awesome. I appreciate it, Epiphany. Dude, I appreciate you, man. You are so kind. Others would say that I've done the opposite, that I'm full of myself, and that I'm Hollywood. So it's really nice to hear that some people out there still think I'm humble. I appreciate that. I really do try to be. And honestly, I feel like I have sacrificed some growth of the channel at my peril at sometimes to help the greater crowd, because like that, it's just, I could have been at different times this year putting out more content. There was just some life events that were stopping me from doing so. I've kind of gotten into that, but there's stuff that I just haven't revealed publicly as well. So, and not really going to get into that, but just a lot of things that were, just family first, and the home front is first, and those things were keeping me from making content. But with the sometimes just a very, very pessimistic attitude in the hobby, a narcissistic attitude in the hobby, man, when people show up and they don't get cards, they are very, very angry. And they do not send good signals to the channel on YouTube. And the algorithm the algorithm does me a good old Price is Right loss. Oh, man. It's just the way that goes. Ryden says they're cursed, talking about the Mariners. Brandon says the Eagles still look good. Yeah, get your Jalen Hurts cards. Get your Tua Tagovailoa cards dusted off. Y'all were sitting on those guys from the 2020 rookie class. They are adding so much value. Jalen Hurts looked like a stud as well. Of course, we can talk about that. On top of Trevor Lawrence looking like a stud. And what about Mac Jones, y'all? On the other side of the coin, we're talking about all these studs, but we got to talk about Mac Jones. Mac looked like an absolute wuss. And that, all right, sprained ankles are nothing to sneeze at. They can actually be worse than broken ankles sometimes. You've heard that moniker, hey, sometimes with a sprain, it's actually better if it is such a bad sprain that it's better that you break your ankle than you sprain it, because of the possible ligament damage, and the road to recovery is super, super tough that way. And just having the bones break and repair is actually a lot easier than having the ligaments repair in that area of your body. However, we're not quite talking about that. We're talking about how that injury and how the look of him going off the field affects his value to collectors and overall in the hobby. And we've already seen card values dropping through the floor. There's been other channels covering it very well and documenting. Some have been ignoring it and telling you to buy, which I'm not convinced that that's necessarily the best way to go right now. Just because they're cheap doesn't mean it's a point to get in. Doesn't mean that we're going to see prices that we did in 2020 ever again, because I think that's when people are telling you to get in at a certain price point. They're saying, hey, we're going to see those prices boosting up back to that 2020 level, baby. Not so fast. Not so fast. So there's still a landscape in the hobby and sports cards in general going forward that we just don't know about and that we got to talk about going forward. But, oh my goodness. The thing is, though, with those values and everything going up and down the way that it is, people still chasing those quarterbacks from 20 and 21, and Mac Jones spraining his ankle in front of the world like that, even with card values already dropping, that is going to do a number on his cards, I think. So I don't know, going forward, people were already giving him crap about, like, you know, the pudginess, and which he's not even that pudgy. He's not built like Fabio. And I don't really know how an NFL quarterback is supposed to be built unless you do expect him to run all the time, because Mac Jones really is a pocket quarterback. And I'm trying to think of, like, other than Ben Roethlisberger, I'm trying to think of, like, the last true pocket quarterback in the NFL. Aaron Rodgers even gets out and runs sometimes. Tom Brady would obviously, as an older dude, be considered a pocket quarterback. But just because Mac is a pocket quarterback and he's not like some stud doesn't mean that he's not going to be successful in the NFL. But those guys are kind of fading away. So that is worth pointing out, and that's what I'm talking about. But that Mac Jones injury and that look on his face, what do y'all think? Is that going to hurt his value going forward overall? I think it's going to. I don't think that people are going to be having much faith in him. And the swap, in my opinion, happened this weekend with T-Law and Mac Jones value-wise. I think T-Law is going to be the top chase card from the 2021 set for football going forward. And Mac Jones is now number 2. Justin Fields sitting probably still at number 3 at this point. Eric says broke. Leftwich and Culpepper talking about scramblers. Yeah, Rodgers scrambles all the time. Says rip it up. Heck yeah. Aaron Rodgers still gets out of the pocket a lot. Absolutely does. Poke Joe says NBA next week. Schulte and SCP fam. Who you got in the finals? Ooh, Poke Joe, good question. NBA kicking off, or tipping off, I should say, with some training camp and preseason action. Finally, we had media days happening all over the country in the last week. And for the finals, I mean, I think it's easy to say that the Warriors are going to make it again from the West. Wouldn't be surprised. Celtics, I don't know. I guess I wouldn't be surprised if they make it back. But with all of the turmoil and their interim coach and all that good stuff going on in Boston, I don't think they've got a chance in hell. So, I don't know. Who am I thinking in the East? Yeah, it's an easy pick, but we'll go Warriors in the West, and I don't know, maybe Dark Horse. I'm going to go Dark Horse out of the East. Let's go Raptors out of the East. That's just like a betting money pick. If I had to, like, put some cash on somebody that I thought was going to be a long shot to get into the NBA Finals or win the NBA Finals, but I wanted to throw like a $50, $100 spot down now when I was in Vegas to come back and cash that ticket in June. Yeah, I'd say the Raptors. Why not? They got a loaded roster. They do. It's a little crazy. It's a little out there. I'm not saying that that's like a solid take, but definitely a reach. But there you go. There's my long reach. I'm going to put one solid one in there for you, and then I'm going to put one crazy pick in there for you from the East, all right? Warriors v. Raptors. Warriors would probably own that competition. Brian Lawhorn says Warriors repeat. Book it. There you go, Brian. Jacob says the Knicks, baby. Pistons could have a good season, says Scotto. You're not wrong. Pistons have a loaded roster as well. Bucks out of the East, says Alex. Cavs have some young ballers, says J-Mac. Agreed. See, all of these are good picks, y'all. I picked the Raptors. Talking about the Pistons. It sounds like, other than Milwaukee, the East is up for grabs, right? That's what it sounds like. It's going to be very, very competitive East in the NBA season as opposed to the West, where it's most likely going to be a wash for everybody but the Warriors. Brian Lawhorn says Lakers are in nursing home. Chosen One says Minnesota got a lot better. Yes, they have. Minnesota with Karl Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert. Going to have the Twin Towers. Whew. It's going to be good, but I don't think they're going to be good enough to challenge the Warriors. The Warriors still have some of the best shooters in NBA history. It sucks as a Blazers fan. I hate to admit it. It sucks, but it's true. And JJ Ray says Nets winning the East. There you go, JJ. Obviously got a Nets fan there. All right, folks, have not seen anything popping up on the Discord monitors in the last few minutes, unfortunately. Let y'all know when I do see something. If I do see something, hopefully something other than Illusions basketball popping up on Target.com this morning. And I would be remiss if I did not mention the sponsor of the morning live stream, Drip. Check them out either with the QR code on the screen or down in the description with the link there. Using that link, you can get $15 off your first purchase at $20 or more. Drip is an app that has sports cards, collectibles, Funkos, Pokemon, all kinds of other stuff at your fingertips, and a really great time to join right now. With that $15 off, you can get a nice blaster for $10, all kinds of different auctions, breaks up right now, starting out. So it's a great time to get in because there's good deals and you can get in and get some stuff for some value that I think you wouldn't be able to find anywhere else. Great time to get in right now. Dripshop.live. Check them out. Use my QR code or the link down in the description. Awesome, awesome. Brian says Nets can't beat themselves. Aaron CT says, dude, in the East, the Cavs are going to be a sneaky good team with Mitchell, and don't forget the Pels. That's a loaded roster. Pels are in the West, but yes, Aaron CT, you were not wrong. The New Orleans Pelicans are going to be loaded. Agreed. And if Zion comes out balling his ears off, that is going to be a sneaky good team as well. You're not wrong. Paul Tuttle says, down here in the south of Tampa, prayers, please. Oh, Paul, many, many prayers. Anybody in Florida right now or along the eastern seaboard, especially anybody just north of Florida and in Florida specifically, prayers up, y'all. There is going to be, I think it's Ian, tropical storm. I don't know why it's not pronounced Ian, but it is pronounced Ian. Tropical storm Ian, which is going to be Hurricane Ian if it isn't already, attacking the Florida coast and the state of Florida. Basically been told to get out. There is an evacuation order in a lot of parts of Florida. So, Paul, prayers up, brother, guys. Transcending sports and transcending everything going on in our fun, entertaining world. There really are some real world things happening for people somewhere. Paul Tuttle 420. Prayers up for you, brother. Please be safe. I hope your family is safe. I hope everybody, it makes me emotional, man. That sucks. That's scary. So please make sure you take care of yourselves. And Paul, let me know. I don't know if I can do anything for you up here in old Wilsonville, Oregon, just south of Portland. But if I can help you out in any way, brother, if I can send you some supplies, hey, happy to help. Happy to help, Paul. Mr. B says, I'm in here in Miami. We're having a hurricane party, LOL. Well, Mr. B taking it a little less seriously. There you go, Mr. B. Enjoy, brother. Enjoy that hurricane party. Enjoy that hurricane party. Alex says, Schultz, what do you think of Portland's draft choice this year? I'm a Portland native and live in Milwaukee now, so I don't get as much Blazers news as I want. Talking about Shaedon Sharpe. Well, the Blazers draft choice, Alex, the Blazers had to choose essentially what they were left with at that point. They had been trying to trade out of that draft spot for weeks, it had sounded like. So ultimately, they decided to go with the best available player at that position. And as a GM, if I were an NBA GM, I would do the same thing. I would go for, if I'm looking at, all right, here's my roster, here's what's available on the draft board. It doesn't necessarily match my roster. Well, unless it was like a point guard, because Shaedon Sharpe thankfully is not, because Damian Lillard, obviously your star point guard, decided to do a 61 point something million dollar extension for 2 years on top of his current deal. So if you drafted a point guard that it looked anything good and looked anything like a young star, that would pee Dame off, and you wouldn't do that. So I would avoid that. But anything else outside of a point guard, you take the best player available, talent-wise. That is what Shaedon Sharpe is, or at least at the time for the Portland Trail Blazers with the pick they had. I think it was 7. I already forgot. It was such a forgettable draft for the Portland Trail Blazers this year. But I like the pick. Will he end up fighting through those injuries? He can be an NBA starter. Will he be an NBA star? That is still to be determined. There's so many 19, 20-year-olds that you get them in the first round and, they're going to be NBA stars. I'm just going to be happy if Shaedon ends up being an NBA starter because they already got Anthony Simons. They already got Nasir Little that's starting to explode. Hopefully he doesn't have any issues with injury this year himself. And if you could add a healthy Shaedon Sharpe to that, just at an NBA mid-production level, it would be a win for the Portland Trail Blazers. So can I just hold my cap on hope at this point for Shaedon Sharpe is what I'm doing. Alex says Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Tyler Young says hit that like button, y'all. Please do hit that like button. Helps me feed a couple of kitties named Pikachu and Eevee. Sends all those good signals out to YouTube. I don't get it. I don't get it. Whenever I say that, I feel like there's one a-hole that smashes the dislike button, and everyone's like, hey, you know, don't let the haters rule you. And I really try to let the haters just roll off the shoulder. But gosh dang it, guys, send those positive signals to YouTube for me. Really does help. Much appreciated. Mr. B says we're used to this rain, LMAO. Well, if it's just rain for you, Mr. B, and a little bit of wind, that ain't bad. Seth, what's up? Says, hey, Schultzy, when do your breaks go on sale for tomorrow, brother? Hey, Seth, what's up? I'm going to be posting them for members here very shortly after the live stream. I intended to post them last night. My Wednesday breaks, it's going to be awesome, and I'll let you all know what we're going to be breaking right now. I'll give you guys a little bit of a preview for what's going to be on the website here on SCHULTZY'S later this morning, and what we're going to be breaking tomorrow night. 2021 Optic Football Mega Box case from Target. So yes, 20 autos, I believe, or at least on average, we should have 20 autos, hopefully, in that Mega Box case. Hopefully a downtown or two. So we got a 2021 Optic Football Mega Box case from Target that we're going to be breaking tomorrow. We're going to be zebra hunting a Select Football Blaster case. Sealed Select Football Blaster case. Hopefully we find a couple of zebras in there, and should have a Chronicles basketball half case. Actually, a couple of different Chronicles basketball half case breaks that'll be going up. One is going to include a Crown Royale T-Mall Lucky envelope from 2021. So we got some bang up combos that are going up on the website here later this morning. It is going to be lit. We're gonna have some fun ones. So appreciate you asking that, Seth. I will have those up on the website with an announcement to members first later this morning, and then the general public after that. Kyle says, let's get some Select Megas popping. Poke Joe says, two bros, you going to post your vids? I'd check that out. Love storms. They calmed me down, oddly enough. You know, Poke, you and I are in common, hold that in common, brother, because it's like watching the Weather Channel almost calms me down. I'm going to be one of those old dudes being like, oh, there's a storm coming into the Colorado area. It's a good thing I don't live there. Like, totally not near me. Nothing going on near me. No relation to my area. But I'll be like, oh, it's a good thing I don't live where the storm is heading. Oh, man. Kyle says, what's the buy-in for the Optic case? Should be, I think it's like $128. $126. What did I price that at? Tried to price it as low as I could for you. $126. Yeah. That's what that is going to be per spot. $126. Steve Hampton says, Schultzy, my Walmart restocked those megas for Mosaic Cellos if you want that again. You know what, Steve? I missed some Mosaic Cellos at my Walmart locally last week, so I would love those, brother. Yeah, if you find those, man, if you could grab a few for me, I would pay you gladly. Tax included. I love me some Mosaic Cello action. Just shoot me an email, schultzyscardpulls@gmail.com, or a Instagram message, or hit me up on Discord, and check out my free Discord, y'all. Got people in there, 2,200 plus collectors helping each other out with info on restocks, happening with trades, any hobby info or news or sports info. We got all kinds of chat channels in there. Check it out. Jerry accent is on point, says Jet Thomas. Why, thank you, Jet. When I was a young man, I lived through a hurricane and an earthquake, and I didn't bitch at all. There you go. There's more geriatric accent. Appreciate you guys. How many boxes per case? 20 Optic Megas, Brandon. 20 Optic Megas. So yeah, 20. It's going to be 20 Select Blasters and then 20 Optic Megas. So 20 chances at autos, 20 chances at downtowns. God Mode says, Schultzy, what time's the break loaded on the website tomorrow? We're going to have the breaks loaded on the website later this morning, God Mode. So we will have those on SCHULTZY'Scardpulls.com coming up here in an hour or two. I wanted to have them posted for this morning live stream, but y'all, I didn't have time to like sleep. I was finishing up getting the last of the giveaways that I still had to send out in the last couple of days. So those essentially went on the pile, and almost everybody except for a couple mega boxes. Seth, I'm going to replace yours. Seth, I know you had a Contenders mega coming your way. I'm just going to send you a Prizm football mega, and we're going to call that good. It's obviously a little bit more valuable, and that will be a Target Prizm football mega for you, brother, because I have taken so long to fulfill that for you. But you will have that coming soon. I got that in a box, actually ready for you, man. Contenders megas locally, I just don't know why. People have either been overcharging for them, or it's been like super hard to get your hands on Contenders megas. And it's like, okay, Contenders megas were really this hard to find? I guess I should have bought 2 cases of those at near retail when I had the effing chance. But my bad. Drew Schumann says, my blasters, LOL. I want in on them breaks, says Kevin Ross. I appreciate you, brother. Drew, did you have a blaster coming your way? Everything that you've got is coming your way, Drew. Unless there was a blaster of yours that I didn't know about. Seth says, you're the man. I appreciate you, brother. Scott House, let's do some Jay Leno. You see? You hear about this? You see this? You hear about this? Sports cards, sportstarget.com is making it hard for collectors to get sports cards. They just keep it off of the bots, and then they keep the manual user on their ass. All right. We'll stop doing impressions this morning and get back to actual sports talk and hobby talk. Something in the hobby that people are concerned about as we are checking the ceaseless Discord monitors and the target tracker, not seeing any new items popping up as of yet. Hopefully that changes. But something that people have been talking about in the hobby is card values overall dropping. What's up, Braden's Breaks? Not seeing a restock yet. Drew Schumann says 2 blasters from 2 horse races. I'm a lucky man. Holy yes, Drew Schu. Yes, you are. Yeah, for some reason, I must not have written that down. I'll get you those, Drew. My bad, brother. Just maybe send me a message, or I'll figure it out. But if you remember what they are, just send me a message letting me know what they are, and I will get them out with your next package. But your big old hit from the last break is on the way. And like I said, Drew, I need you to hold up a regular size card. I should have sent you a picture because I was literally trying to put it into a one-touch and it wouldn't fit. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to smash this in. So I'm like, why isn't this fitting? And I'm like, all right, let's just hold up a regular size card on it. And wouldn't you know it, lo and behold, unbelievable. That and the Kyler Murray 2021 Optic Pandora, Black Pandora out of 25 were mistrimmed and cut long. Unfreaking believable. They did not fit into a one touch. It was like, are you kidding me? I waited for one touches to send those to you in, and they don't even fit. It's like, wow. Aaron says, the impressions today, you're a man of questionable talents. You're cracking me up. I appreciate you, Aaron. Yeah, I've got some random talents that maybe not necessarily gonna actually get me anywhere in life, but hey, I appreciate you. Awful Investments lists the flip value is funny now. You can see people on Facebook dumping as fast as they can, just barely over retail. Just after that, $3 to $4 profit each looks like, sometimes under retail. LOL. You're not wrong, Awful Investments, and it's very funny on top of that because you see everybody trying to get their $4 or $5 profit on boxes as well as in bulk. That's a big one now. In bulk, people trying to sell essentially 1,000 select blaster boxes. We've seen those pictures posted all over eBay, or not eBay, excuse me, all over Facebook Marketplace, and we've seen them all over the Discord. People have been finding those clowns that have been trying to post hundreds upon hundreds of select blasters. And how do you get all those blasters? How do you get all those? Is that backdooring? Or is that another bot that's just getting in from Walmart? Where is that? Where are they getting all those boxes? Drew Schumann says Mosaic and Optic blasters. Same thing with my LaMelo Ball. Heck yeah, brother. Congratulations, Drew Schumann. Your LaMelo Ball, it was mistrimmed. It didn't fit into a one touch. That sucks, dude. That sucks, Drew Schumann. All right, Drew, I'll get you taken care of there. Seth says stocks down, crypto down, and interest rates going up. What did people think was going to happen to sports cards on top of the Panini doing everything they can not to help? Exactly, Seth. You make a very valid point. Guys, it's not just sports cards that are down. All investables are down. Crypto, the markets, a lot of those the people that invest in markets and keep those funds for a rainy day have been pulling those funds out because they're thinking either a rainy day is coming or they want to have those funds and not watch them just disappear in either the stock market or crypto or values in sports cards, because when everybody's pulling out and when everybody is selling stuff, values drop. And that's just what happens with any kind of asset. And unfortunately, with sports cards, Seth, very, very valid point, man. And it's something that we've seen across the board essentially over the past year. Crypto has just kind of been taking a dive. We've been seeing sports cards kind of taking a dive value-wise. We've seen the market overall. It's kind of been up and down, up and down. I would say it's a little bit more even. The market is a little less volatile than crypto and sports cards, obviously, but those assets follow the market. And we've seen, I mean, just yesterday we saw a big loss. Bear market over, we saw a big loss on the Dow and the S&P, I believe. So that does reflect the value of sports cards overall. And it shows you where people are going to be putting their money. It's not just investable value. There are, nostalgic thoughts associated with sports cards. There's other reasons that people buy. There's set builders, there's traders, there's rainbow chasers, there's all kinds of different collectors out there. That's the thing about the sports card hobby. But Seth, you're right. Along with the assets dropping in value, something that I have been mentioning for months, accessibility leads to sustainability. And when you can't get your hands on retail sports cards at cost, why would you want to stay in the hobby as a regular Joe? That's going to send people away from the hobby. And two, when you've got Panini doing nothing to help, terrible customer service, zero care at the base level for people, that are pulling their cards and giving them their profits. They say at this point, all the biggest breakers are just the ones giving us our profits. No, overall in mass, it is still the collectors as a whole. All of us are in the hobby together as a whole, and we are still making your business and talking about it, opining about it for free, giving you publicity, and Panini loving it, soaking it all up, most likely sending loaded boxes out there to some of the people with the biggest audiences so they can keep pumping up to the simple thinker out there that there's just a big hit possibility, and there is, but there's a big hit possibility of this next box coming your way, so you better spend your money on it. I mean, you notice in my breaks that I post, I try to post breaks of products that I like. I don't always post a break with the newest product that comes out because I don't believe in just shoving everything down your throat, that Panini does that comes their way. And I love, Chai City and RGL and Hitman do a great job of that as well. They pick their products that they really like. And a lot of them, a lot of those guys, when they get new products and they don't seem to like them, it's like one break and done. And credit to them, there's so many other breakers that don't do that. And I love to see guys that are trying to give an experience with the products that they like. And same here, I'm trying to give you an experience with the products that I like. I love Optic. I love Select. Chronicles is not necessarily a premium set, but I love Chronicles, so I'm going to do Chronicles breaks and tell y'all, what the value of Chronicles is. Like, unbelievable different breaks that I've included. Pretty much for basketball, I try to include a Chronicles 2020-21 hobby box in every single break that I do for basketball, just because it's one of my favorites. And then, other sets that I like that I think offer value. But that's not necessarily the case with every single set coming out. It's not offering that same value. So that's very frustrating for collectors. And then, like I'm saying, topping that off with not being able to get your hands onto anything, not going to be sustainable. It's not going to keep prices up. It's not going to be a long-term investment for anybody. So people come in and grab their money quick, but the Tracy Hacklers of the world that essentially tell us, hey, you know what? We care. We have people that have been around since the first bubble burst for cards back in the late 80s, early 90s. They were around for that junk wax era. They don't want that to happen again. BS, bro. B freaking S. You and them let this happen. You, in that same interview, Seth, they're telling us you don't want to know what the count of silver prints are. Essentially saying that, yeah, the value of those is going to drop when we find out that those are being printed out the Urus, and those are probably still being printed as we, at least now, I don't know if they were still being printed then when they were being released, but they are still being printed now as card sets are being released. I can almost guarantee it. Brandon says, you're ripping people off if you do retail breaks. Hobby breaks are the only ones worth value. Brandon,
I only do retail breaks for the ones that have chases for like case hits. So if it's a retail set with like a downtown or a zebra, or in the mosaic instance, a Genesis or like a honeycomb, which you can only find, Brandon. So I think you can understand why I would want to do those boxes of retail in breaks. But other than that, it's all hobby. You're not wrong, Brandon. If you're buying into like a Contenders Blaster retail break, yeah, that is a complete ripoff. But the retail with the case hits, I think actually it's a fun way to get a good cheap chance at those case hits when you do like a case of those. And it's not guaranteed, but like in the last case of 2021 Optic Blasters, we pulled 5 case hits. We had 2 downtowns, 1 Najee Harris rookie downtown, 1 Lamar Jackson downtown, and then we had, I think, 1 Rocket and 2 Fires out of that 2021 Optic case. So, Brendan, I understand what you're saying. You are not wrong, but when there's case hits that are at a retail and that are awesome pulls, and it's a cheaper chance to get those than hobby, I think it's a really, really fun break to buy into. So yeah, when it's like a case hit, y'all, I'm with you guys. Just hobby breaks unless it's an awesome product with a downtown chaser in like an Optic Blaster retail break or a Zebra chaser or that kind of thing. It's a cheaper chance at a case hit. So I mean, if I'm buying into a break like that, I'm like, hey, yeah, I'll spend 80, 90 bucks on a chance at a Zebra. So I think that there is value in those. Like, I wouldn't do an all Prizm retail break because Prizm doesn't have any case hits. I would do a Prizm hobby break because they have the color blasts. They have all right. They have the color blasts, and I just so many different case hits I'm forgetting at this point. Yes, or kabooms. So absolute 2021 absolute mega boxes, getting kabooms out of those. Exactly. That would be the only case that I would want to do retails. Other than that, no way. Hobby only. Ness Bonilla of $4.99 Super Chat. Dude, I appreciate you. Morning, Schultz. I'm glad you're doing this and just connecting with the Schultz squad. You rock, man. Continue the successful journey. Much love, brother. Appreciate you guys. And since the Schultz squad is here, guys, I would ask y'all, there's 800 people in here. I need y'all to show up when I post videos. I got good content coming your way, and I understand that not every single one of you can show up, but I'll have like those select blasters from Target dropping later today. Hope y'all can show up and watch that right as it drops. When you show up, as a video drops, all at the same time, it sends the best signal. It's like stroking YouTube's hair. It's like, oh, we love this. We love this. YouTube is like, okay, we'll show this to so many more people. So if y'all could please, as many views possible when my breaks or my videos drop to watch those, because yeah, YouTube is messing with me right now. I need your help. I need the Schultzy squad's help. Mad for Shoes has got tracking number for my break with you. Thanks again. You're so welcome, Mad. Appreciate you for buying in, brother. And we will, like I said, have some more bang-up breaks tomorrow. More bang-up breaks tomorrow. Seth says, they're going to be a documentary run day on the rise and fall of Panini. They're worse than Enron and Circuit City combined. You know what? It'd be fun, man. I'd love to be interviewed in that documentary. I hope all of us card collectors and like RGL and everybody, you know, Chai City, everybody talks to those guys in these documentaries that come out about the card collecting universe someday. That'd be so much fun. Charlie says, too much for retail. Talking about my break cost too much for retail? I don't know, brother. When you're looking at a case that costs, I bought that case. The select case was for like $1,650 or $1,600. Yeah, $1,600, and then the Optic case was like something like $2,500 or $2,600. So, gonna be trying to price those as low as I can. There's fees, there's taxes, and all that stuff, y'all. So I'm not trying to rip anybody off, but usually it's mostly hobby. But when you got chances at those downtowns or zebras, it's like, yes, please. Brandon says, why not just buy Mega from a flipper? Costs less than a break spot and your odds are better and you get more cards. See, Brandon, I would disagree with you there because I really do think when you get into a break of a full case as opposed to just one box, that's kind of where I think you and I disagree. And that's okay, dude. That's fine. I'm just trying to think that, hey, I get access to that whole case for like an $80 price clip. Heck yeah. Whatever team that I get, I have a chance at that downtown. Much better chance being in 20 boxes as opposed to one. If I'm buying one mega box, yeah, I get to keep all the cards, but my chances at a case hit are significantly less. You're looking at 1 out of 20 instead of access to 20 boxes. So there's added value there. And I understand some people are just like, you know what? That's not value. Screw you. I see it as value, and I think that that is going to be the way that the hobby goes going forward. And we've already kind of seen evidence of that. So, and 5 minutes left in the hot zone, guys. We have not seen anything on the target trackers or the ceaseless Discord monitors. Basically, the Illusions basketball blasters. So, let you know if I see anything popping up. But we have the Illusions basketball blasters from Panini at this point. And that is all. Topps Chrome 2022 still available. I don't know. Buy your own peril, I guess. What's up, Hot Hands? Yeah, nothing dropping, unfortunately, right now. Brandon, you're missing. Not everybody has $80 to $100 to spend. Some retail breaks are just $15 to $25. You're not wrong, Carolina. You're not wrong, brother. Some of those cheaper breaks, if you're buying into like just a couple of blasters, absolutely. Haspack says, I agree. My money tends to go towards the case break of the team I really want to try for. I hear you, Has, and see, that's I understand, and that's what we were talking about a few minutes ago, guys. There's so many different mindsets as a collector, and that is fine. It's something that makes the hobby better. It's not just for one kind of collector. It's not just for one person out there. So, Brandon, if you want to just rip those mega boxes because you see that value in that one box, you're going to keep all the cards, you're ripping it yourself, that's the way that you want to do it. That's awesome, man. And that's the way that the hobby is best and tops for you. Perfect. Do it. That I can't dispute that. You want to enjoy the hobby the way that you want to enjoy it. Hell yeah, that's what it's about. There are others that like breaks. There are others that like rainbow chasing. There are others that are hit chasers. That there's so many different ways to enjoy this. So I totally understand that there's many different angles, and there are just some people that see value in some things in the hobby and some people that don't see them in others. There's a lot of different generations in the hobby, and I would love to keep them all together in the same room having beers with each other, as opposed to just like, well, you're an ass and you don't know what you're talking about. I had a Mickey Mantle 1952 and I didn't know what it was worth, and I put it on my bicycle to put it in the spokes to make it sound like a motorcycle, and I blew it, kid. It's like, okay, well, that sucks. Paul Tuttle says, I hit a Wilson Zebra in a 12-pack retail break, paid $30, sold for $600. Retail breaks can be great. Appreciate you, Paul. And like I said, case hit only if you're looking at Zebras. So essentially, we're talking about like just 3 or 4 sets. The absolute sets, or anything with a Kaboom, anything with a Downtown, anything with a Genesis or a Honeycomb, right? So those case hits, those are the only ones that I would include in retail breaks. Or I guess I said that I would never include Prizm. If it were 2020 Prizm, I would do and I've been thinking about doing this, an all retail case break of 2020 Prizm football mega boxes, just because it's cheaper than hobby, and I think the value's there. So I guess minus some 2020 football, just because those sets are so valuable, and those hits seemed to be coming at you as fast as hobby hits did, and that's why the value of those mega boxes went up so quickly. Like if I could do a 2021 or 2020 Optic football mega box case break, I would, because not only do you have those Downtown chances, you got the Optic bronze autos rated rookie as well. All right, just about the end of the hot zone, guys. I'll be watching here, staying on for about 15 or 20 more minutes, making sure nothing happens this morning, but we have not seen anything popping up on the target tracker or the Discord monitors. Jacob says, if you like to gamble, it's great. I'm a sore loser. Hey, Jacob, I understand, brother. Totally get that. Stevie says, do it, Schultzy. I'm in on that break. I appreciate you, Stevie. Yeah, I think I've been looking at a 2020 Prizm football mega box case. Thinking I've been doing that. Yep, that's right. Says, I've spent thousands on breaks, gotten back hundreds. You really got to keep your fingers crossed in breaks. You're not wrong. Yep, that's right. But it's also, man, I've spent thousands in boxes and gotten hundreds back. I mean, it's just the luck of the freaking draw, man. And it is so frustrating. Evo says, Schultzy, can you do a Leaf and Sage only break? I might be able to mix one of those in.
Nesbo Nia, I appreciate you, man. 199 super chat says, what's up with all these quarterbacks getting hurt? That's a good question. I don't know if like players are just deciding that, hey, screw the protecting the quarterback rules, we're going after everybody this year, or if the NFL itself is kind of lightening up and saying, hey, let's let the quarterback actually get hit. We're protecting them a little too much, but after seeing this, I don't know. I don't want to see so many starting quarterbacks go down. I don't want to be week 5 and we got 10 backups in the NFL. That sucks for fantasy. That sucks for sports betting. And that sucks for overall entertainment value, man. And we already got a couple of teams that are putting out a backup, essentially. Not that I don't like Geno Smith for the Seahawks. Not that I don't like Marcus Mariota for the Atlanta Falcons. I love Marcus Mariota. He's my duck. I wish that he were like an amazing starting quarterback in the NFL. But he has just proven not to be. So, yeah, with a couple of backups essentially already at the helm for teams as starters, yeah, you got to protect the quarterback a little more, and I just don't know what that is. If it's guys going after them more, or if it's the NFL kind of saying, hey, we're going to let him go after him a little more. Scott O says the Tua thing was scary. Yeah, I agree, man. I hate to see that happen, and thankfully there was no serious injury there, as opposed to like the Trey Lance thing, which was a terrible injury that we saw, but it's just literally the luck of the draw, right? Life isn't fair, and Trey Lance ended up breaking his ankle, and Tua Tagovailoa ended up coming out unscathed. It's the way that it goes. Carolina Rippers says, my Hurts downtown from 2020 Donruss blaster break sure doesn't feel like a mistake. There you go, Carolina Rippers. See, and that's the thing, guys. If you hit, it's awesome. If you don't, it sucks. And so there's that mentality in place, too. There's unfortunately that cloudiness. So if somebody's always hitting in breaks, or somebody has had that one big hit, you know, they're going to tell you, hey, they are awesome. And if somebody has always bought into breaks and never hit, they're going to tell you they suck. Most likely. I mean, there's other people in the middle of that spectrum, but I've heard from too many collectors on both ends of the spectrum that, you know, sitting there at like at a card show that are just like, man, I buy into breaks and I never hit, man. I always get the combo teams. And actually, the thing about the combo teams in a box like 2021 Optic, a case of those, combo teams actually, in my opinion, they add more value because you got like the Seahawks Browns. We pulled the Baker Mayfield downtown like I think 3 weeks to a month ago. You could pull that and a Russell Wilson. You could get both, man. You could get both quarterbacks as downtowns. Phenom says, very nice. I love Optic. Yep, that's right. Says, yeah, I've spent around 30K on retail. Never hit a downtown, zebra, tiger, etc. Just bad luck, I guess. LOL. Dude, it must be where you're buying it from. Yep, that's right. That's ridiculous. That is not fair. That is not fair. Not fair at all. Evo says, Schulte, what's the best way to DM you? I get a few questions I want your opinion on if you don't mind. Yeah, either Instagram at Schultzy's Card Pulls or just email me, schultzyscardpulls@gmail.com. Shouldn't go to spam. I made sure. I keep having to like find different emails in spam. It's weird. So I apologize, guys. I just essentially have to go check the spam folder to try and make sure that I'm getting all my messages. But I will get back to you if you email me, schultzyscardpulls@gmail.com. Brandon says, you're not paying $30 for these breaks. You're paying for as much as you would a mega. I know math is hard, guys. Yeah, Brandon, exactly. But I would totally willingly pay the price of like a mega or a couple of blasters for a chance at access to a case. I understand, Brandon, that you don't want to. I totally understand. And it sucks, man, that you're not like lightening up. It's like, I'm saying, hey, bro, we agree to disagree. That's cool. But you're like pushing the point. You're like, hey, you guys are stupid. Hey. Like, come on, bro, lighten up, man. I'm saying, hey, you got your opinion, and I see it, and I understand it, and we all have different ways that we're collecting, and it doesn't sound like that you're willing to really have that take. So it's a little frustrating, man. A little frustrating. Beast in the Meaty Break says, what up, Schulte? How you been, bro? Anything new? I've been all right. Channel's kind of being funky lately. YouTube algorithm's effing with me. That's been frustrating. Like, look at all my videos last week. Nobody watched my Chronicles basketball hobby box rip. So dealing with that, affecting the mental health a little bit. But other than that, some stuff on the home front as well. But we've been all right. We've been hanging in there, man. So I appreciate it. Tua death had a concussion, Ciscato. Yeah, I don't want to speculate on that. But that was a hard hit, man. That was a hard hit. Cloudy Futures, his thought select wasn't having mega boxes. I have not
heard confirmation on that. We've heard rumors, but I have not heard this. I have not heard one way or the other. We have not seen any select mega boxes as of yet, but I still don't know yes or no. Jason Puck says dirty money plus buy retail equals clean money. Bozo says constructive criticism. The size of the video showing you in the corner is not great. Also, people are familiar with your face during the card drops. You could use the same shot of your face. That's not a bad idea, Bozo. I've been thinking of putting my face back in the thumbnails. That's a good idea, Bozo. I've been thinking, you know what, I should probably throw my face back on in the thumbnails. But like, I don't know, RGL has had so much success without his face in the thumbnails. He'll put it in sometimes. Chai City and Hitman put it in a lot. Maybe I just need to put mine back in. Yeah, Alex says different strokes for different folks. Exactly. I am all for that, Alex. I am not here saying, hey, we all need to think the same thing. But like, even after saying that to like Brandon, I see no message from him being like, okay, yeah, you know what? You're right, bro. Like, you know what? Okay, we can all agree to disagree. He's just sitting there in silence, like probably sitting there with his hands full, like, screw you, bro. I know better than you. I know better than you. Whatever. The way that I do the hobby is the best. Like, we got Cartman, bro. The way that I do the hobby is the best way. Man. Everybody else in the sports card hobby sucks. God. Appreciate you, Bozos. It's good videos, man. Thanks for the time you put in. No, I appreciate you, Bozo. And I'm willing to take constructive criticism, bro. That was a very, very, very valid piece of constructive criticism, man. Think I will take you up on that constructive criticism and see if I can do something along those lines for sure. Tyrone says stop getting offended so easily. Am I really getting offended? I'm having fun, Tyrone. I'm having fun, brother. I'm saying we should all agree to disagree. Or maybe you're talking to all those other people. Like, dude, I'm having fun. I'm poking fun at stuff. We're having a good morning. I'm in a good mood. Yummy Yas is still waiting on Prizm basketball megas. Yeah, brother. I don't know when we're going to see those. We do know that they are confirmed. They are sitting in a warehouse somewhere. And we just, Yummy Yas, I don't know if you saw, somebody was posting auctions on eBay showing up for Prizm basketball cellos from 2021-22. Finally hitting the store shelves somewhere. But it's been, 2 months after the retail blasters? Unbelievable. Schultzy, loving it, bro. Says Georgie J. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, Georgie J. Always in with the take. Always in with a fun message from you, Georgie. I appreciate you, brother. Evo says, LMFAO Schultzy, say something I don't agree with so I can yell at you, please. I mean, seriously, I'm trying to have fun this morning. Like, I am all about, it's not about one way that the hobby's supposed to work. The hobby has all kinds of different loves. The hobby has all kinds of different passions, all kinds of different nostalgias attached to it. That's the great thing about the hobby. I mean, did I not say that before? I don't know. Whatever. D West says, Schultzy impression hour is here. No cars, but just tell him who and he will do. I mean, I am a mean impressionist, y'all. If I could do Kermit the Frog, I got Kermit the Frog here. I can't sing any of his songs, but Kermit the Frog here. No sports cards dropping on. Oh god, my voice is too effed up. There we go. Kermit the Frog here. No sports cards on Target.com today. Sorry, y'all. There's my Kermit. It's probably a half Kermit this morning. Scotto says there's no compromising nowadays. Brandon says the only reason I give you a hard time is you rail on flippers. You can't rail on flippers if you're making money off of retail too. I hear what you're saying, Brandon. I'm just trying to offer a chance at value. I rail on flippers because they have no value to the hobby. When you're sitting there adding just all these boxes to your shell or to your cart and reselling them to essentially, like, I don't know, the abyss. I don't buy my boxes from eBay. I don't. As far as cases go, I'm not giving those guys like profit for retail unless it's like me trying to find like a box to grab right as it comes out. Admittedly, yes, I have given those guys profit for sure, but it's trying to help the channel and it's something that I'm not really sure. It's like, how am I going to do that? Because I can't get boxes any other way unless I buy them that way to try and review for the channel until they hit the shelves. So totally done that, admittedly, and I'm willing to say, yeah, I've done that. But that's me doing it. I'm telling you guys, don't do it. And in mass, if nobody really supports those people, they won't be making money. All good. Boom. Sounding like Patty Mahomes, says Drew Shoeman. Brandon says it's math. Whatever, Brandon. It's math. I mean, it's math, but it's also added value. Flippers add no value when you buy into a break that is fun with people that you enjoy hanging around, sitting there, grabbing a beer, getting a chance at a case hit. I understand, bro. You don't see that. You don't see the value in it, or you think that I shouldn't be doing that because I rail against flippers, but you can't tell me that I'm wrong saying flippers make the hobby worse, brother. They do. They have kept people out. They have kept prices from hitting higher peaks than they did in 2020. And that's a hot take because everybody's like, those prices were so high. Y'all, if we could get boxes at retail cost and we were able to sell those cards at a higher clip because we were getting those cards more often at retail cost, I guarantee you, prices overall would be higher. Awful Investments is usually my flips or a few specific people asking if I can grab a few boxes here or there. Otherwise, we have a dedicated group of 3 to 5 that rip it all local. Not wrong. And I've always told people, hey, if you want to grab a couple of boxes and flip one to pay for your rip and then break the other yourself, I'm good with that. I have always said that. I have never railed completely on selling boxes for profit. It is the ones that do it to have no place in the hobby, to have no part in anything that has anything to do with collecting or sports. It's just grabbing cash. That is not okay. And it's about as baseline simply as I can put it. All right, y'all, 5:12 Pacific. I'll be on for another 10 minutes or so here on SCHULTZY'S Card Pulls, waiting for some sports cards to drop on Target.com. The Hot Zone expired. Nothing happening this morning, unfortunately. But like I said, I'll be here trying to make it work for y'all, answering questions, going through sports news. We talked about T-Law and Mac Jones. I guess I apologize if I skipped over the answers there that people were throwing down in the chat. So y'all think for sure, just like I do, that the Mac Jones T-Law value is going to be swapping this point forward. Trevor Lawrence is the chase card out of 2021 football now instead of Mac Jones, because it was Mac. It was Mac. And at this point, it's got to be Trevor Lawrence, right? We were looking at Trey Lance. Everybody was saying bye. Terrible injury happened with him. Davis Mills kind of making his way up there too. Justin Fields kind of just holding steady, maybe slightly dropping. But Trevor Lawrence, the chase quarterback now for sure from 2021 football. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Opening stuff says, guy in front of me at Walmart the other day had an entire cart packed with Optic football, 100 hangers and 40 blasters, then gave me a dirty look when I walked up. Exactly, opening stuff. That's what I'm talking about. That's the asshole that you shouldn't support and ruins the hobby overall. So it sucks, man. If you guys all can't see, or if people can't see the difference between me railing on a flipper and then offering a chance at a sealed case, because guys, I didn't get this from a flipper. I got it from a distribution company that got it directly from Panini. So yes, I have to pay a premium for it. That's the way that it goes. I don't have a wholesale account. And even if I did have a wholesale account, I think Run Good Life has told me the thousands upon thousands of dollars, and he said this publicly, so it's not like I'm revealing something secret. The thousands upon thousands he has to spend a month just to get one hobby box allocated to him for a release at a wholesale cost. Just one. So super tough to actually get your hands on stuff at wholesale cost. It's almost impossible. I'm buying my stuff through a legitimate source, sealed case of like select blasters that I'm trying to throw out there for y'all. So yeah, there's going to be a little bit of a cost associated with that, but that's just the way that it goes. And that is not in store. That is not in store, man. Brian, I know. Brian says, who really cares? These stores, breakers, and flippers are killing the hobby. Brian, I appreciate you, but yeah, I know you think that, Brian, but there's been breakers on YouTube since 2010, 2011, bro. Yeah, 2010, 2011. Panini is as transparent as a blacked out window, though. You're not wrong, Seth. You're not wrong. Brandon says, look, man, I appreciate what you're doing here. I appreciate you too, Brandon. And hey, I don't want detractors to just go away. I want people that don't agree with me to debate with me. I'm fine with that, man. I'm fine with it, Brandon. I don't hate you. I don't, bro. It sounds like you and I would have some great conversations over a beer, is what it sounds like. Or 7 of them, dude. It sounds like you and I would actually ultimately get along. So, no, I appreciate you, man. I'm not trying to get on you. I'm really just, what it does, it provokes a conversation, and I'm very reactionary. I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I've got an hour plus. I got an hour and 20 minutes of time to fill, right? You know, so I'm going to go where the conversation leads me. So, bro, I appreciate you, man. You're awesome, and I really would, Brandon. If you're ever in my area, or if I'm ever near you, man, beer's on me, all right? We'll meet up, we'll yak about this, and we'll try to solve all the world's problems just like my best friend and I do unsuccessfully every time. Grunge Man says Davis Mills when he gets a better team, though. I mean, not wrong, but his value already starting to tick up for sure. Tua on top, says Yusuf. Yeah, Tua is definitely moving his way up, but I think right now Justin Herbert would still technically, well, I don't know after that game. It's not his fault. That was the defense's fault, but maybe you could consider part of it his fault too. But yeah, Justin Herbert's value not really soaring after that loss to Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars. Yamayaw says, nothing like a good debate, LOL. I love it. I love it. No, Brandon's awesome. No, seriously, I appreciate you, bro. I don't mind debates. I am a master debater. Ha 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 ha. Dad joke and a half. Sorry, there's a radio host I used to work for that made that joke all the freaking time. What's up, Lars? Oh, my God. So funny. Yeah, allocation game is shady as F. Yep, Scott, you're not wrong. Hot Hands Rips, what's going on? No drops yet, unfortunately. No drops this morning. Nothing happening as far as new items popping up on Target.com. If y'all want some Illusions basketball blasters for 2022, they are available. I think they've been available since like Sunday or Monday. They have been up on Target.com for a couple of days, but $24.99 a pop. Scott O says, I still want to smoke a J with you, Schultz. I appreciate you, Scott. Kingdom Rips is Khalil Herbert value. I think Khalil Herbert's value has been going up. He's not a bad rookie card to pull from the 2020 class either. The other Herbert from 2020, starting to make his way up the value rankings as well. E-Team TV says, to me, the biggest scam in the hobby is PSA upcharging, and if you submit it at a certain value, then they grade it lower. They're not giving money back. Plus, they're so inconsistent. E-Team, I agree with you, man. And then if they upcharge you to the next grade level because they think that the value's there for the card, but then you don't get that value, they're not going to give you a refund. It's so weird, man. Panini too, but PSA ends up winning either way on that. So frustrating. Very inconsistent with their grading, and you just don't have reasons. What they do, they send you to their chart. It's like, no, what you need to tell us is this card specifically has this mark on it, or it is off-centered, 35, 65, which is just outside the limits for a PSA 10. So you need to tell us that. Tell us front or back centering, why that didn't work. Show us the marks on the card that you saw, and then tell us why exactly that card got the grade that it did. Should be a lot better for collectors going forward if you do that, but that takes PSA a lot more time. And what that requires, I think, is a little bit of a smarter employee that's grading the cards. Just my opinion. Hot take there. And they can't get their hands on that many smart people. I mean, Panini, didn't they say they admitted that the reason that they're so behind on their customer service is because their customer service department wasn't entering or dealing with the customer service complaints and issues that they said that they were dealing with, essentially giving them like a 3 to 4 year backlog? Y'all just had a bunch of people sitting on their hands, doing whatever, not actually working when they were saying they were working. Great. Nice job, Panini. They don't give an ass. Oh, my bad. Khalil Herbert was 2021. Obviously tired, guys. My bad. Wade says the search link is not pulling up for me. Sorry about that, Wade. It should. The search link is the same one that I am using that you see here on the Target tracker. It should work just fine. All right, y'all, just about 5:20 Pacific time. Yeah, unfortunately, no restock happening this morning on Target.com. I do apologize, but hopefully we do see something popping up
later this week or next week. I'm undecided, guys, since I do have the breaks tomorrow. It's a little hard with like the notifications because YouTube only gives you 3 notifications a day. I'm a little concerned that streaming tomorrow morning might keep YouTube from sending out notifications for my breaks tomorrow night. I'm going to do a bit of research on that, and I'm going to check and let you all know for sure if I'm going to live stream tomorrow. But I just, guys, I am, you know what? If you can't tell, YouTube has me a little on edge right now. I am out of my comfort zone as a content creator. I'm kind of at a loss as far as direction. So, and I'm really unashamed of admitting that. I'm okay. I think it's okay to talk about where I'm at. I think it's actually healthy to talk about where I'm at, and I really do think it helps other card collectors and content creators out there as well. I mean, the algorithm really does, give you a lot of luck, but you also have to give it good content. And when you feel like you give it good content, or you feel like you've already been giving it good content, and something changes, sometimes it leaves you at a loss. So I think it's okay to discuss that, and I want to let you all know that it happens to me. It happens to, I think, every content creator out there, although I must say there are some in the card content creating niche that are just soaring, and it is just frustrating that I'm not one of those. But just kind of the way it goes, right? That's life. But like I said, I think it's kind of the way that when we don't have restocks, man, people just come on in and send those negative signals, unfortunately. So I do feel like at times I have hurt my channel at my own peril. Frustrating. Barney says there's nothing positive about loser flippers. Haz says, no, show up in the AM. I'll let you know, Haz. I'll let you know, man. I mean, plus it's a little tough burning it on both ends too, guys. Trying to wake up and then do like a later stream in the evening with like 4 or 5 breaks after doing a live stream like that in the morning. That's I don't know how much energy I'm going to have. Lance says, do you think there will be select megas? Lance, I think so. We've heard rumors. We haven't heard either way for sure. We haven't seen confirmation that there are going to be some, and we haven't heard that there aren't going to be any. We have just heard rumors. So because of just rumors and the fact that we haven't heard for sure that there aren't going to be select football megas, I think there will be some select football megas coming our way. Just delayed. Kind of like we've seen Prizm football megas or Prizm basketball megas just sitting there waiting to be released. Just now starting to see Cellos coming out later on. 2 months after the Prizm basketball blaster box was released? Good Lord. All right, y'all, 5:22 Pacific time. Gonna let you all go. Like I said, I will have a 2021 Select Football Blaster Box video dropping today. My Target blasters showed up. I ripped some fire. It was fun. I don't think I pulled like a life-changing hit or anything, but I pulled a lot of good hits. A lot of fun hits. And yes, quarterbacks included. I'm not saying like, hey, I pulled a running back or something. A lot of good hits, quarterbacks included, coming up in that video, 2021 Select Blasters from Target that I got on the channel later today. All right, y'all. So, appreciate you. No Target restock today, but I will be back tomorrow night. We got some breaks, and I will let y'all know for sure if I'm going to be back bright and early. I do not know what's going on with the YouTube notification system with the algorithm. I want to make sure and give myself the best chance at views possible tomorrow night. I don't want to cannibalize my own audience. So, McPaxton says, can you send a link for the retail break? Thanks. Yeah, McPaxton. Just make sure you monitor my website here. What I'll do, guys, the link is not up, or the links on specific breaks are not up on my website yet. But what I will do is I will post the link to my website in the chat. It is down in the description of every single video of mine as well. Next to the slot machine, it says you can buy into breaks. Get the right video up here, and we will... Nope, that was the old one. There we go. Drew Shoeman says, good night, brother. We getting emails. Heck yeah, Drew. I appreciate you. All right. So there's that. I will let you all know you're going to get an email as well as a notification in Discord and YouTube when those are live. Those will be live for members first. But check here. I'm going to try and get those up this morning. I'm not try. I'm just like saying, like, I don't know if I'm going to do it now or a couple hours from now. But they will be up later this morning for everybody to grab. All right, y'all. 5:25, gonna get on out of here. Hope to see y'all tomorrow night. I'll let y'all know if I'm live streaming tomorrow morning. Select Football Blast for Rip coming your way later today on the channel. Appreciate it. Sorry we did not have a restock on Target.com today. Hopefully next week or tomorrow. Appreciate you.